Turn my backyard into a golf course, part 10. Today my goal is to finish both of the tee markers to some extent. Doing the carving of the little Larrys is going to be a little difficult. That's going to be its own part because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional whittler. Last time I did some whittling, I almost hit a main vein with a knife, so I'm going to have to be a little more careful this time. But anyways, I started by stripping off all the bark using that same tool as last time. My little sawhorse contraption kept running away from me, which was kind of annoying. But eventually I got that part done and it was time to start sanding. First I hit it with some 100 grit, then a 120 grit, and then the 220 grit on the orbital sander. This was a time-consuming process, but once it got to a pretty smooth point and that I was okay with, I called it. I plan on finishing the landscaping after part 11, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I've just been working on some other little side projects to save my body a little bit. Once it was sanded, I decided to chop both of them to around 12 inches and take your guys' advice. I saw a few comments suggesting that I put a piece of rebar into them. Now, I don't have any rebar, but I have something similar, so I decided to just do that instead. Got all the sanding done, got them cut down to size, and then grass update. Still filling in. It's looking good. It's been dry for a few days, and it's going to be dry for about a week now, so I'm going to water it real quick. Alright, then it was time to drill the holes that I was going to drive this piece of metal into that I found laying around. I made sure to use a smaller drill bit than the width of the piece of metal so that I could just smash it with a hammer in there and just friction fit it. The piece of metal also wasn't straight, so I had to bend it, and then I just used the Sawzall to cut it up in half and bang both of those pieces in there. I was pretty pleased with how it came out. They were very firm in there. Thanks for watching. That's going to do it for part 10. Stay tuned for part 11.